I've done a few things off camera here. Put on the gear change badge. I haven't painted it. I have no idea how to do that properly, so it'll just have to be like this. Polish the screws though, because they were really bad from corrosion. Put on this safe glass. Put on the oil filter. I didn't want to paint the top here because there's lots of writing on it. Need to do a little bit of touch up on the paint behind there. But looks nice. And I put on this ship deflection plate here, so ships won't get into the hole under the headstock. I put washers on the screws, and there weren't any washers there before. It kind of looks unfinished without washers. I put on these tubes, or I think they are just for catching coolant along the bed if you use coolant. There are two screws inside there first, and then these screws on the outside to cover them up. For me they won't have any function because I'm not using coolant on the lathe, but it's better to have them on these pieces on the lathe than to just have them lying around. I think that's everything I've done now. Yeah. Today I'm going to get the quick change gearbox back onto the lathe. We'll see how it goes. The big challenge is to get the seal from the oil sump not leaky. We can see it now. We'll look at it later after I've taken off all the masking. I'll just clean a little bit and do a last clean inside the gearbox before I put it back on. Yesterday I was working on cleaning up this switch panel. Not done, it is really filthy. I would have liked to get the buttons clean too, but I don't think that's really possible. I'm cleaning up this face where the quick change gearbox is going to sit now, using this razor blade. When I get to the holes, it stops. So there's a little burr on each hole because it hasn't been countersunk. I tried stoning it down, but it was the burr was a little bit too big, I feel. So I'll fix it with this. Just countersink the holes a little bit. Enough. Shutters. We'll do that one a little bit more. That's all it takes, I'm sure. Still there's a little bit of a burn, but it should go away now. Yeah, now we can clean up the rest here. scraping. I'm going to get this really clean and then wash it off with thinner before I apply the sealant. I'm cleaning out the tapped holes here now. They're full of sealant from when it was assembled last. So one reason why you should just apply the right amount of sealant, not too much, because if you put on too much, everything gets filled up with the sealant, and if you're really lucky, you get hydraulic lock in one of your holes and you can't tighten the bolt properly, even though it has a good amount of torque. So put on just the right amount of sealant. This is the last hole to clean out. After I run the tap down there, I'll blow them out with compressed air, so now they're clean. One of the better holes. I think everything is ready for putting the quick-change gearbox back on now. I found all the bolts, cleaned the bolts and put them where they're supposed to be. So I think I'll just try to put on the sealant now. And that's it, Loctite 518. We'll see how it goes. Put it on just enough. Most worried about the part here that the oil is going to, because all the oil comes out here from the main gearbox and runs down here into the sump. I'm worried that it will leak along here. That's what it did before, I think. when we look here, this flange is really narrow here, so that won't seal. We'll put another bead on along there, then I think we'll be good. We don't want any leaks around these holes. There is not going to be oil standing there, so it's okay. We'll just hope that's enough. The seal up here is just so dirt doesn't get into the gearbox. This is when you figure out you need locking casters on all your four wheels on the crane. This is for the lead screw reverse, and it goes over that thing in there. First, need to get all the electric wires up to here. Here's where the on-off switch and things is located. That one on. A little bit too high. Try not to smear the gasket compound too much. And just enter the bolts a little bit. These ones I can get too easily. They're still low on it in the crane. Here's when it pays off to have cleaned the threads properly, so you can enter all the bolts by hand. Still haven't entered the bolts underneath here. There are 5 bolts in a row underneath. I need the extension to enter. It looks good so far. There are 3 bolts that goes in from the back side there. That goes through the bed and then into the quick change gearbox that way. Now we need this. Need the extension to begin with. One that went. Another one. It's the 4th. It's always outside there. Oh. All the bolts entered. Very good. But it leaks when you fill it with oil, of course. I think we'll take off all the load of it now. And we remove the crane. Custom lifting tool. And just snug all the bolts up a little bit first. Even tension on all of them. There's one that I haven't entered. No, that went in fine too. Now tighten the bolt behind here, or snug them up at least. One of them is kind of hard to get to, but everything is snug now, so we'll tighten it down. one bolt there and one there. The last one is behind there. So I'll tighten all the bolts up, and I need to do some more sealing because down there the old gasket that was there looked okay, but I guess it has shrunk over time, so now I can see there's a gap down there. So I'll put some sealant in the gap there so I don't get any crap into the gearbox. Well, I'll step further into the process, or closer to the end.